Happy Friday. Thank you for being here. Excited to read for you. If you haven't met the gals, this is Finley. This is Serenity. How y'all doing? So, as always, we're going to read for all 12 signs, but I actually want to start off with a collective reading. It was something Spirit had me do last week, and I really enjoyed it and seeing how it wove into each of the individual readings. So, here's what Spirit has to say. When no one seems to see or hear you, because there are those times, you're reaching out to somebody, texting somebody, trying to call somebody, maybe you need to talk about something, unload, unravel. Hey Elizabeth, welcome, thank you for being here. So there are those times when you're trying to get in touch with somebody. Maybe you need to talk about a problem, unravel something, you're having a lot of feelings, you're calling people, you're texting people, nobody seems to be picking up, or people aren't engaging with maybe something that you post. Now here's what Spirit is saying about that. Let me pick up and show you the cards. They say, when no one seems to hear or see you, come back to the abundance of yourself. Cultivate your own treasures. Okay? So I'm going to come back to something they've been saying to me a lot, and in readings a lot. Hey Jackie, welcome. Which is, remember that you are the main character in your story. Remember that you're the main character. Not passive, sitting by the phone and waiting. Active, doing what feels right. Being authentic and aligned with yourself. Doing what you feel you need and want to do. Okay? No matter what other people are doing. So, collective reading for everyone. When no one seems to see or hear you, come back to the abundance of yourself. Queen of Pentacles. What are you great at? What are you developing? Yes, it is. Welcome. Happy to see you, Hillary. So, collective readings aside, hey, Crystal. Let's jump into the weekly reading for the 12 signs, starting with Aries. Cardinal Fire. Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising, and Dominant Folk Spirit. What does Aries need to know this week for their highest good? Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising, and Dominant Folks, overall focus and energy. And then we also want to look at money, work, jobs, possibilities. Wow, I don't know if y'all can hear my neighbors singing, but they started singing right as I said that. Pretty. Okay. All right. This is what you get for living in the city. Finally, Spirit, when it comes to Aries and relationships, friends, family, romance, Spirit, what do you want to highlight for Aries? Okay. Let's go. Oh. Ooh. Wow. Okay. Beautiful reading, Aries. Lots of possibilities here. Let's kick it off with some intensity, why don't we? Overall focus and energy for the week. King of Swords, the Devil. Let's talk about it. King of Swords, master of thoughts, ideas, messaging, a writer, a communicator, taking the lead, and being logical about it. Now, here's what Spirit is saying. You're a cardinal sign, right, Aries? You're a doer. It's like, if nobody else has done it, I'll do it. If nobody else has walked this path, fuck it, I'll walk in the tall grass. I'll make this shit happen. Now, I'm hearing, wow, okay, this is something I feel like Spirit brought up maybe even last week. Okay, this is what Spirit is saying. Some of you all are building a platform. Thought leader, right? King of Swords. Remember that you can identify as any gender. To show up as a king says you are the master of swords. So thoughts, ideas, words, like cut into the quick. Spirit is saying some of you all are building a platform. Some of you all are either working on being or are already community leaders, bloggers, thought leaders, right? Yee! Hey Stephanie, happy to see you. When you build a platform, hey Sarah, a natural side effect of building a platform is that we get further away from the people that we're talking to, right? Like a literal platform, like gets taller, gets higher, gets further away. Now, we can see more people and more people can see and hear us, but we, if we are not careful, can lose the connection. So remember that using your logic is going to serve you this week. Hey, hey, Maria. But don't lose, you'll understand why in a little bit when I pick up more cards. Don't lose your heart connection. Don't build the platform so high that you lose sight of who you are, what your values are, or this is what I'm hearing, Aries. Oh my gosh, Spirit is showing me something ever so clearly. If you are somebody who runs like a Facebook page, for example, or even just your own Facebook page, right? And you're sharing your thoughts, they're really well thought out. Like I said, you can cut to the quick. And somebody might come into your comments with like a question, or even, yeah, something ignorant. You know what I mean? And there are times, listen, I'm here for bringing out the scalpel or the sword when necessary in a comment section. But ask yourself if the like cuts you make and the statements you make are completely aligned with like who you are and who you want to be as a leader, or if any of it is coming from a place of like, excuse me, babe, if any of it is coming from a place of fear or of attachment, shadow, the devil. What are we addicted to? What do we need? What do we feel dragged down by? I want you to be careful not to lose sight of why you're doing and saying the things that you're doing, like the connection to the people that are hearing your messages. That's the real point, right? We can get lost in the sauce and be like, this post is not perfect, I'm crafting it, la-di-da-da. Somebody responds to it who doesn't understand it or whatever. The tendency might be to want to verbally eviscerate them and be like, there, I laid out your argument, cut up open on the table, we autopsied that shit, it was nothing to begin with, it was always bullshit. Again, sometimes there's need for that, and sometimes it might be a little bit of like an ego thing. Like, yeah, I really got that person, which again, I get it. But stay aligned with who you are as a leader, whether you have a platform or not, whether you're trying to be a public figure or not. The King of Swords is the king of integrity. My words match my actions. I think about what I do. I don't do anything without thinking about it, right? And Aries, cardinal fire, y'all get a little bit of a reputation for like, shoot first, ask questions later. Don't shoot. How about that? Don't shoot. Okay, now let's look at money, budget, work, jobs, projects, and possibilities. Beautiful energy. Spirit is using the word refreshing with this Ace of Cups. So it's like refreshing new beginning. I'm also hearing get into a flow state. Wow, okay, Spirit is getting real specific. This is gonna be a fun week of readings. Spirit is talking about getting into a flow state with this Ace of Cups. The Chariot is about discipline and willpower and meeting your highest goals, taking the reins, moving in the direction that you want to, even when it's a little hard. And in fact, they're talking about using the resistance and how without friction, there would be no traction, and we would just be slip sliding all over the place and have no idea what we care about, what our values are, etc. Spirit is bringing this up for you a lot, being very connected to your heart this week, because you're very much thinking with your head, very good with your words. So don't forget your heart connection. Don't forget to stay in alignment. You might be very quick with your words, is what I'm hearing. New idea, refreshing energy around something that you really want to take all the way. That's what I'm hearing with the Chariot, is like, I want to get here. This is what I want. And Spirit is now using the phrase, we want you to fall in love with your projects again. We want you to fall in love with your idea again. And they're talking about how when we work very hard at something, and maybe for like a long time, maybe you've been at this for months, years. That's what I'm hearing for some of you. And we can almost, it's funny, but they're connecting it to that King of Swords. It's like we can almost forget why we started doing the thing. And it's kind of just become maybe habit, or it's like, I know I need to make this or do this or whatever, but it's not coming from the heart. Spirit is talking about there is great success foretold this week. Hey, it's Cricket! Welcome, welcome. Thank you for waving. Good to see you. Spirit is talking about when you connect to your heart about why you want to do the things you want to do. This could be any goal, okay? Look, we're talking about money, projects, jobs, work, etc. Some of us have passion projects. Some of us have like a fitness goal, okay? The Chariot, willpower, the thing we need to do, the way we need to change our habits or adjust from the path to make sure that we arrive where we want to arrive. Remember why you're in love and passionate and excited about the thing that you are trying to do. Don't just do it rote, okay? You feel me? I hope that makes sense. The Devil, Spirit's bringing me back to it real quick, because Chariot, White Sphinx, Black Sphinx. The devil represents the unconscious, the black sphinx. Like, no, I'm just gonna forget why I'm doing this. Or, I'm just gonna not worry about the fact that I just eviscerated somebody on the internet, even though it was just because I was having a bad day and they said the wrong thing. Okay? Just stay in touch with your heart this week. That's gonna serve you. Now, that's always good advice, right? But it's especially good advice for you this week, Aries, because life wants you to be on the receiving end of love. Justice, Knight of Cups. When you are in balance, when you are making choices, let's just compare this imagery real quick, right? When you are in balance and making choices that feel right, that feel true, that feel like they make sense, that's also the King of Swords, things come into balance and you are open to receiving not just love. Listen, the Knight of Cups is a suitor, is a messenger of love. And let's not forget this Ace of Cups sitting right over here that they're delivering. And I'm going to make a connection between the fact that that is showing up in money and jobs and work, and say something that Spirit says to me a lot, which is when you get one part of your life into that flow state, it very often trickles in, bleeds into other areas of your life. So an upgrade over here can become an upgrade over here, can become an upgrade over here. You know what I'm saying? And to bring you back to the collective reading, Spirit is asking all of the signs to remember how abundant they are, how skilled, how capable, how bountiful and abundant they are. Balance, skills. Remember yours. Remember yours. Don't forget your own treasures, you know, especially nowadays. We can be surfing around on the internet or just like on social media or whatever. And I know this is not an original observation, but it's like we're looking at the fucking highlight reel. And our brain doesn't wait for permission from like our soul to start comparing ourselves, to have an adrenaline rush because somebody just posted the idea that we had, and now if we post that thing, it's gonna look like da 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 da. Don't get lost in the sauce. Remain with yourself. Okay? Okay. Listen. Spirit going hard today. Hey, Abby, welcome. Thank you for being here. I hope that that is helpful, Aries. Seems like y'all are making some important decisions this week. Ooh, Hillary, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad it resonates. I hope it helps. And now, appropriately surrounded by greenery, let's talk to Taurus. From fire we slow to earth. Ooh, Spirit is giving me some vibes. Let's talk. Okay, Taurus. Taurus sun, Taurus moon, Taurus rising. Reminder for anyone who doesn't know their rising or moon sign or doesn't know their whole chart, I have a free chart generator in the comments below. So if you want to find out if you have other placements that you don't know about, plug your information in there and it will tell you all you need to know. Whoop, Spirit throwing cards. Okay, let's talk to Taurus. Taurus. Taurus sun, moon, rising and dominant folks. Spirit, what does Taurus need to know this week? What's on the agenda? What's the overall focus and energy this week for Taurus? Okay. And when it comes to money, work, jobs, opportunities and projects for Taurus. Okay. And finally, wow, okay, when it comes to love, okay, all right. Okay, let's talk. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, Taurus, how about one of your favorite cards in the whole last deck? One of everybody's favorite cards in the whole last deck. 10 of Pentacles. Wealth, abundance, security, a solid foundation. Spirit is also saying legacy, especially with the 6 of Cups. Now, we're about to get real specific, and I know these are general readings, Taurus, but I always relay whatever Spirit's got to say. And they're saying some of you are educators, or specifically work with children. Now, let me also put this together and say some of you all may be parents who are schooling your children at home because we're living in the fucking weirdest time in the fucking world right now. Spirit is saying you're doing a beautiful job. There's magic in them thar hills. There's money in them thar hills. Now, a reminder that the 10 of Pentacles is, yes, financial abundance, but it's like also support. So if you are feeling concerned about whether or not you will be supported this week, Six of Cups says reach out. If you need something from anybody, whether it's emotional support, whether it's financial support, whether it's whatever, Spirit is reminding you not to cut yourself off from your resources because they are plentiful. Like plentiful community, plentiful friendship, family, lots of love and acceptance available. And Spirit is bringing me to something else because I don't want to bypass and pretend that there aren't some of us who don't have like family that we can rely on, right? We can have chosen family. We can even have things like online and digital communities where it's like, you guys, like I'm I feel weird about asking this, but I'm about to get evicted and I really need to save up, I really need $400 in rent over the next 72 hours or I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. And you might be surprised how people show up to help, okay? I'm not feeling that anything crazy and dire is going to happen to you. That was a total hypothetical, Taurus, but I'm saying don't cut yourself off from your resources. They're plentiful, they're available. If you need something, ask. You're a fixed sign. You like to do it yourself. Totally respect that, get that. And none of us is an island. And your work, your goals, your life, your joy, your love, everything is going to be better supported when you are connected. And now Spirit is reminding me of the fact that, for those of you who are nerds, that trees talk to each other. That, like, and this is scientific, this isn't like, I think trees talk to each other. They talk to each other, they share nutrients. If there is a thick and thriving tree near the stump of one that has been cut down, but there is still enough life left in it, the other tree will feed this tree and keep it alive. Spirit is saying, be like that with your community. Give what you can and remember to also receive. Beautiful energy here, super mutual, super happy, lovely energy. I also want to say, it feels like some of you maybe need to get in contact with somebody that you've been thinking like, I need to call them, I need to text them, I need to, don't ignore that, okay? I'm hearing that very specifically for some of you. It's like, reach out to that old friend or that family member. Don't ignore that nudge, okay? Speaking of messages, coming over to money, work, projects, jobs, budget, etc. This is beautiful energy. I'm wondering if any of you have Aries placements, because this is also like a reignition of passion about whatever it is that you're working on or whatever it is that you want to do to make money, gathering your skills, doing a passion project. I'm going to say that with the Eight of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is youthful, exuberant, adventurous, like ready to try new things, ready to go new places, ready to like take on new systems and ideas. And the Eight of Pentacles is enthusiastic work. Like, not like I'm just here to make my money. Eight of Pentacles is like, I love this. I want to be great at this. This is every bit worth like my time and my sweat and my tears and etc. The other thing about the Eight of Pentacles is, this is very you, Taurus. Spirit is saying, show up every day. Show up to the work table or the Google Doc or whatever, the canvas. Show up every day and create and try and explore, okay? Don't get boxed in. I'm with Eight of Pentacles and that Page of Wands, it's like the more open you are to growing, the more you will grow. So some of y'all might even get, like I said, messages from like younger siblings or old family members and friends, people that know you very deeply, and kind of I feel like there's some reignition. There's like reigniting conversations. There's falling in love with this idea again. I feel like you are going to be feeling strong. Let's just go over here. Coming over to relationships, love. Love of all kinds, family, friends, etc. Like I said, 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups. You've already got a lot of love coming to you this week. Here's you, the Emperor. Building your foundation, keeping your good habits, keeping a healthy routine, taking care of yourself, to bring it back to the collective reading that was for all of the signs. If no one seems to see or hear you, come back to the abundance of yourself. There are those times when people just don't pick up the phone or just don't appear to notice us. That is a sign from the universe. It's time for me to come back to myself. I'm not going to look to this other person for approval or reassurance or whatever this is. Let me come back to myself and remember how abundant I am, how capable I am, how very capable you are. the Emperor, and then there's this Knight of Swords. Now here's what I'm hearing, Taurus, is you are solid as hell. You are solid, you know who you are. Any bit of yourself that you don't know, you are working to understand. You are working to build. That's the Emperor. Always building, always caring, always protecting. Now, the Knight of Swords is abruptness. It is somebody maybe cutting you off. Wow, okay, Spirit just got very literal. This doesn't always happen, Taurus, okay? But I'm hearing, this isn't to worry you, this is to say, be extra careful in traffic. Because when I hear like someone's gonna be cutting you off, I'm hearing that literally for some people. So just be extra careful of like any side swipey action. Be very like present when you're driving, okay? Not because you're gonna be the one who fucks up, but so you can be aware of what other people are doing. Now, for others of you, this abruptness feels like somebody comes in and goes right out. So it's like somebody, and then again, okay, I don't hear this for all of you, Taurus. These are general readings, so I'm getting a lot of messages from Spirit for the different people hearing this. Some of you, it's like somebody from the past pops in and pops right back out. And it's like, why the fuck did you even show up then? Just to like fuck with my head, fuck with my heart? Like shows up, makes a comment on a post, or texts you and then doesn't respond to the text that you send back, or whatever. And I just feel like it's mind games, and I feel like, let it go. You're the Emperor. This person or this issue is a Knight. There's no comparison. Like, I feel a sense of immaturity, and I feel a sense of like here today, gone tomorrow, flip-flop, like maybe a mutable energy actually, like this. So this person may be Pisces, Sagittarius, or Gemini. Yeah, I feel like you're solid and this person or this situation is not. So if somebody shows up and asks you for something or makes an overture, I would be like the Emperor and sit back, relax, let this person show you. Like, yes, these words are lovely. Are you going to follow up? Like, what are the actions? You feel me? Okay. I hope that that is helpful, Taurus. Looks like a pretty fantastic week. Pretty freaking good. Woo! Okay. Now, speaking of mutables, let's come talk to Gemini. Mutable air. Mercurial Quicksilver Gemini. Let's talk. Out both sides of your mouth. Gemini. Gemini Sun. Gemini Moon. Gemini Rising and Dominant. Okay. They're just dropping cards. Gemini Sun. Moon. Rising and Dominant folks. Spirit. What do they need to know for their highest good? Gemini. Gemini Sun, Moon, and Rising for this week. Spirit, what is the overall focus and energy for Gemini? Okay. Wow. Beautiful. Got a peek. Hey, Kayla. I'm good. How are you doing? It's good to see you here. Thank you for being here. And also thank you guys for liking this thing. It's so nice to see like y'all giving the thumbs up just for being here. Appreciate y'all. So Gemini, let's talk about money. Money, jobs, opportunities, budgets, projects. Okay, and I am hearing something, Gemini, about creative projects. We're gonna talk about it. Gemini, when it comes to love, friends, family, romance, etc. Okay. Wow, jeez. Okay. Wow. Okay. Really good wows. Okay, Aries, let's talk. Shoot. I need to get closer, y'all. Okay. All right. Oh God. Let me not break the whole stream. All right. Wow. Aries, overall focus and energy for this week. Ace of Pentacles, the Lovers. The card everybody wants to see. Everybody loves the Lovers, and everybody loves to hear, hey, here's a little offer for you. A little more money, a little more income, a little more opportunity. Would you like to do something with this Ace of Pentacles? Because let's remember, It is a golden opportunity, not a silver platter. The ace is a seed. What am I going to put into this? How much am I willing to invest time, energy, effort? And damn, I mean, Ace of Pentacles connected to the Lovers says, this is interesting, y'all, because this is sort of a clear connection and thread so far through all of the readings, is this reignition of your passion. This reminder of like, this is why I do what I do. This is why I get up and am excited to do my day in the morning, because I know that I am cultivating this. Because I know that if I keep investing, again, time, effort, energy, whatever this is, what is your seed, Gemini? It's different for everybody. What is it that you are wanting to build for yourself, grow for yourself? Let's just move immediately over to money, because that's what Spirit is referring to. Again, because Ace of Pentacles itself is a sign of there could be an offer this week coming in. If you're looking for a new job, or if you're looking for even just a new avenue of income, a side hustle, a project, something like that, there is something showing up and presenting itself. And if it is calling to your soul, I'll tell you this, Gemini, if it's calling to your soul, then it's for you, okay? And this is something I've heard from Spirit, and they're having me repeat to you. Don't put pressure on yourself. If you feel called to start painting, if you feel called to start a YouTube channel, whatever the thing is, as you start doing it, learning, investing your time and effort and energy, there may be a point where it's like, okay, I was learning photography, let's just say, because I thought I wanted to be a photographer. But as I was learning photography, I discovered like, oh, I'm really good at teaching this to other people. Maybe I could have a whole ass side hustle just teaching beginner photographers and lowball the amount and be making like a nice little side income or whatever. So you may be heading one way because it's like, my soul is calling me here, and there could be a detour at some point. Spirit is like, your soul knows what to do. If a detour happens, that's good. That's divine. That's meant to be. So if any of you are in that spot, which I feel like maybe why Spirit is telling me that, where you feel like the purpose has adjusted, or maybe you're questioning like, am I wavering from my purpose or anything like that? Spirit is like, as long as you are doing what feels juicy and interesting, you will end up where you're supposed to go. Okay? That's how that our soul knows. We can't fake excitement. Like, if something feels juicy and fun and amazing, who cares if you become a concert pianist? Maybe you're just going to become a person who plays piano in their own time and it really helps their mental health or whatever. Meant to be. Okay? Maybe you blog about it, you start showing other people that, hey, I'm going to start playing piano for my mental health, and you start a whole fucking health love revolution. Okay? Don't worry about where you end up. Worry about knowing that you're moving in the right direction. Okay? Okay. I said all that when I was right about to show you these cards. Okay. Looking at money, budget, opportunities, projects, abundant ass creativity. Abundant ass creativity. Ace of Wands, spark of life. You have an Ace of Pentacles, now you have an Ace of Wands. Lots of renewal, lots of new opportunity, lots of seize the day, seize the spark, capitalize. Because remember, the Ace of Pentacles is a seed, the Ace of Wands is the spark. A spark alone does not create a fire. We have to feed it. We have to make sure it has wood, it has oxygen, it has space, but it also has protection. There are certain things that we need to put into place to be a good creative incubator. Just like the Empress, the ultimate creator. She is often featured as pregnant because she's there to show, like, the ultimate creator, right? Like, I am giving birth, I am giving life to things. Hey, I love it when that happens. Always feels like Spirit is talking straight to me. Good to see you, Risha. Thank you for being here. So, creative incubator. What are you summoning people toward? When it comes to money and projects, Spirit wants you to lean into what a lot of people refer to as, we're looking at the Empress, right? So divine feminine. I would say yin energy, right? Yin, yang, receptive, that which calls, that which magnetizes, that which knows who and what it is for. Like I said earlier, it's not about, where am I going to end up if I pursue this? It is, does my soul say this is the right direction? Okay, then I won't worry about where I'm ending up. My soul says, yep. My divining rod says, yep. So let's go. Now, you've just got beautiful energy across the board, Gemini. Looking at love, relationships, family, friends, whatever Spirit wants to highlight for you this week. 10 of Pentacles. Spirit just used the word eternity. So maybe some of y'all been using that in conversation. It may come up this week. Somebody may say that word to you, and that is like a little nod, a little nudge back to this video to remember. For synchronicity's sake, I need to repeat that to you. Now, Ten of Pentacles, built to last. I'm also hearing the words legacy project. I mean, I can't ignore. Ace of Pentacles on one end, Ten of Pentacles on the other. You are taking something probably a lot further than you expect to this week, and you're getting support from people to do that. Slow and steady wins the race. This is the person I would hand my Ace of Pentacles to in the tarot court. Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady, day after day. Keep showing up, which is what they said to Taurus. So some of y'all may have some Taurus placements. Keep showing up. If you have a writing practice, doesn't matter what you write, show up and write for 5 minutes, for 15. If you say you're going to do it, just do it. Don't worry about what comes of it. Show up and do it. You create the sacred container. The magic will take care of itself. And you will be taken care of. You will be supported. Coming back to what Spirit said, the collective reading for all signs. If no one seems to see or hear you, come back to the abundance of yourself. Cultivate your own treasures. But you are going to be seen. And you are going to be supported. It feels like some of you all are building literal and figurative families. So some of you all, it's like, yeah, I'm building a home, I'm having a baby, Empress, right? For some of you, it's like, I'm building my community. Like, these are my children, the people that I'm going to take care of, right? The people that I serve. It looks beautiful. So for those of you trying to create your own sacred container, your own place where people can feel abundant, held, supported, Spirit is highly, highly supporting that, and is also, like I said, sending you the right people to help you out. Hey, hey, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Galak. Don't mean to mispronounce. I hope that that is helpful, Gemini. Now, oh, yay. Thank you, Hillary. I appreciate that. So many pentacles. This is great. Let's keep this trend up, all right? Let's go. Okay, let's talk to Cancer. Cardinal Cancer. Speaking of the Empress, Divine Mother of the Zodiac. Spirit, what do you want to tell Cancer this week for their highest good? Greatest joy, fulfillment, and truth for Cancer. Overall focus and energy for Cancer. Spirit, Cancer Sun, Moon, rising and dominant folks. And when it comes to money, when it comes to work, when it comes to projects, when it comes to skills, Spirit, what do you want to tell Cancer this week? Okay, interesting. These cards are jumping. And finally, Spirit, when it comes to love, relationships, family, friendship, what do you want to tell Cancer? Let's get into it. Ooh. Wow. Whew. Okay. Okay. Cancer. All right, let's talk about it. Spirit got a lot to say. Overall focus and energy for Cancer. Spirit is using the phrase, a change in plans. It's a good change. It's a beneficial change in plans. You might surprise yourself, and I feel that somebody else is going to surprise you as well. Let's talk. Seven of Pentacles is taking a step back. It's taking a step. Let me jump into my plan. Taking a step back, looking at your calendar, looking at your to-do list, looking at your future goals, and asking yourself, is this plan working for me? Or is the way that I spend Pentacles, right? My time, my effort, my energy, my money, is it moving me in the direction that works for me? Or are there some things that could be trimmed? Are there some things that could be trimmed so that other things can be strengthened? You know what I mean? I'm going to stop doing this and I'm going to put that time or that money, right? So it's like, I'm going to stop this streaming service and I'm going to put that money over here to this debt because I never watched that streaming service anyway, and I could be just paying down extra on this credit card or whatever. From the small to the large, looking at how the plan is working for you, whether it makes you feel wealthy, whether it makes you feel like, I have more than enough time, more than enough energy, more than enough money. Woo! More than enough greenery around me. When you do that, the world is going to answer. So as you choose to, as they say, like, you know, clean up your own stoop, take care of your own self, your own life, your own space, the universe responds. We get what we think we deserve. So when we choose to deliberately upgrade our actions or our choices or our goals, spirit responds. The right news comes in, the right information, the right cohort, the right message at the right time. Like, I was thinking about what to do, and then I know, I'm gonna bring more plant buddies in here. Just you wait. Spirit is also saying, it's like, oh, I was looking for this or that solution, then bam, here I get this email that says, here's this free product, or here's this app to do exactly the thing I was looking to do. Never underestimate how mundane magic can be. That's part of the fun. Like, oh, bet you didn't see that one coming. You didn't think that, like, Instagram was going to be the way that you got your magic message delivered, but here it is. Let yourself be surprised. Do the work. Take care of yourself. Cultivate your own abundance. Again, coming back to that collective reading. Cultivate your own abundance. Take care of your own space, and then watch how the world responds. People want to give to you. People want to support you. When it comes to money, budget, projects, opportunities, the Knight of Cups, delivering, the Four of Wands, it's a celebration. It's a celebration, bitches. Four of Wands is partnership, is solid and healthy and warm foundation. Not just like safe, not just right? My freaking, your FBI agent is gonna send you a message just when you need it. Like, girl, I was listening to you have a fight, and like, here's the article that you need to read right now. Thanks, FBI agent. Here they are, FBI agent. So, Four of Wands, Spirit is using the phrase, I have arrived. So some of you all are either starting or joining communities this week. Looks beautiful. Knight of Cups is love. Message of love. You have a Page of Cups, then you got a Knight of Cups. Feels like love and loving messages and messages of like support and just thank you for what you do, or hey mom, thanks for packing my lunch all those years. You know what I'm saying? And that's weird, but that's what Spirit is saying, is like one of y'all might get like a message from an adult child that is like, hey, I was just thinking about the fact that you did XYZ for me my whole life, and I just wanted to say thank you. Expect appreciation. That's the phrase that Spirit is using. Expect appreciation. Expect support. Four of Wands plus Knight of Cups, I also cannot ignore, is quite compelling in a romantic sense. So I would say that some of you all may even be working in partnership with your romantic partner. Maybe it's like y'all run a business together, or y'all are doing a podcast, or y'all are doing a project together. It looks beautiful, and it looks like there may be some kind of even like a milestone, or like, you know, first episode or 100th episode, like depending, or like an anniversary of some kind celebrated. Looks beautiful. I'm very excited for you. Now, when we come over to relationships, friendship, family, fill in the blank, who are you connected to this week? Spirit brings forward a lot of swords, a lot of thinking, a lot of over-analysis, and a bit of analysis paralysis, as a matter of fact, okay? So, Two of Swords, you are not at your best, Cancer, when you're in your head, when you are trying to, like, make it make sense, is what Spirit just said. So some of y'all may be even using that phrase or have used that phrase this week, like, make it make sense, like, and it won't. And that's what Spirit is saying. So, Two of Swords. Let's notice how her back is to the water. Cancer, you're a water sign. Water is the emotions, the unconscious, all the feelings, the deep, dark waters, right? And when the Two of Swords shows up in the relationship sector, it kind of says like okay. There's a little bit of a strong word, but Spirit is like, some of you are refusing to like acknowledge your emotions and to just be like, oh, that's there. Like, oh yeah, I have issues with that, or oh, that hurt, or oh, I need that. And if you are, okay, this is what I'm hearing, Cancer. If you're feeling guilty about having emotions, even if they're irrational, that's not the way. Feelings are irrational. Like, whether they're good, whether they're bad, whatever, they're not rational. They're not logic. They're just not. Now, when I say feelings are irrational, that doesn't mean our feelings don't matter. Intuition is irrational. Synchronicity is irrational. Like, it doesn't make sense. Can't make it make sense. And Spirit is asking you to stop fighting. Stop fighting your emotions. Stop holding back. Seven of Swords, they're telling me it's like, leave the battlefield. Leave the battlefield. And I'm also hearing something about that, which is, if you are taking on other people's stuff, if people are piling their stuff onto you, their issues onto you, projecting it or blaming it or etc. Hey, cat cameo. Hey, Prax. Don't take that. Don't take that. It's not yours. If it's not yours to carry, be very conscious. So, you know, this says unconscious. This says blindfold on. I don't want any more information. I'm already overwhelmed. And Spirit is asking you, okay, if you're already overwhelmed, reminder, take a moment. Take a pause. Ask which of these actions and which of these thoughts are helping you and working for you, and which ones are separating you from yourself. And that's what Spirit is saying. Open up your heart, Cancer. Normally, not a problem. And especially with the Page of Cups and the Knight of Cups, there are people available to help you. Four of Wands, for goodness sake. There are people who want to help you. Be in deeper, better, more honest touch with yourself. So don't do anything because you feel like you need to despite yourself. Don't do anything you don't want to do. Don't do the Cancer thing and be a martyr. Okay? That's what I'm hearing. Like, don't be over here going without and then giving other people your money. For example, it's like, oh, let me pay for that. Meanwhile, I know I'm about to like overdraft, or I'm very low in my account, but I really just want to do this thing for this person because I feel guilty, or because I feel like they might be mad at me. I'm just hearing stuff like that, Cancer. So it's kind of like, be explicit. Be explicit. Page of Cups, Knight of Cups, and then that Seven of Swords. Don't hide from yourself, and wow, and don't hide from other people. It's just gonna make you anxious. It's just gonna make you feel like you have to deal with it all on your own, okay? Spirit just had that fly out. So that's their message, Cancer. Don't give in to the dread. The Nine of Swords is the nightmare card. It's the, I'm in my own head. I'm feeling attacked by my own thoughts. And when that happens, it's like, okay, thinking about it is not really doing anything for me. Let me share about it, or feel about it, or express about it. Thinking, done to death. I hope that that is helpful, Cancer. I hope that that makes sense and is useful to you throughout the week. I'm always curious how these things pan out for y'all. I wish that I could like just check in and know. Okay, Praxis. All right. Well, Praxis over there, a cat playing, is very much the signal to start the Leo reading. Oh, Isha, I appreciate you. Okay, Leo bells. Let's go. Let's talk to Leo. Woo, let me knock over this whole rig, because I'm a pro, y'all. All right, Leo, let's talk. Heart-centered Leo, ruled by the sun. Holy fuck, you can't make this shit up. Oh, Hannah, thank you. What a beautiful compliment. I appreciate that. Did y'all freaking see how Spirit just flew that out of the deck when I said ruled by the sun? I'm gonna shuffle it back in, Leo, but we're just gonna say that this is part of your reading. Like, we're just gonna say that this is an overall message, is like, be in your power, show up, be loud. Now, if it pops out again, because like I said, I'm shuffling it back in. If it pops up again, we're going to double down even harder on that message. But Leo, let's just say some overall energy is show up. Ha! Hey, listen, Maria. Can we all celebrate? Maria put the laundry in drawers. That's amazing. Making money moves out here. Oh God, I love it. Thank you. Good update. That makes my heart sing. All right, Wild Thing. Let's do it. You make my heart sing. Let's do it, Leo. Leo, Leo, Leo. Leo sun. Leo moon, Leo rising, and Leo dominant. Yes! Go up! Might clean the dishes today, shit. Let's go, Leo. Overall focus and energy for Leo. Leo. Overall focus and energy for Leo this week, Spirit. Woof, chills for Leo. Oh, I just missed your message, damn it. Ooh, okay. Leo, when it comes to money, work, jobs, opportunities, projects. I mean, that's true. Oh, I'm getting outlandish. I'm gonna bring up the vacuum cleaner, my God. Oh, there's that bell. There's that bell. All right. When it comes to love, Spirit, feelings, friendships, family, romance, Spirit, what do you want to talk to Leo about? Let's go. Right. Like, what am I? A Marine? Like, wow. Whoa. Okay. Wow. Something is changing, Leo. Something is changing fast. I think you're actually going to be happy about it. And you know what I'm hearing is don't fight it. Shit. Leo's out changing the world. We're out here cleaning desks, doing laundry, taking over the goddamn world. Sounds like something's gonna end, and I'm hearing don't fight it. Yo, we'll talk about it. First, overall focus and energy. Spirit is using very strongly the phrase, as above, so below. Never forget. As above, so below. You don't have to do the heavy lifting of oh my God, like I need to search the world over to find a new job or whatever, right? You can start by doing the inner work of upgrading how you feel about yourself, being kinder to yourself, speaking nicely to yourself, giving yourself positive reinforcement, celebrating the little wins instead of waiting for the big one to say, now I can say, good job, me. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, we're all making jokes and whatever about like doing the laundry and doing the dishes. For my neurodivergent ass, that is a fucking celebration. So I ain't stopping short of clapping for nobody. Like, that shit, and in a pandemic, and in this era, and in America, like, nah, come on. Celebrate that shit. Now, as above, so below. You're doing some healing. It's time for some peace and quiet and big reflection time this week, Leo. Maybe even on a Sunday. Sun rules your chart, right? Like, tomorrow Sunday, let's take a little time. Let's set aside half an hour. For real, yes. And showing up is a win. Showing up and trying to do the thing is a fucking win, okay? Especially when we give ourselves that room to say it's a win. That makes us feel better about actually showing up again the next day instead of, wow, I only did like a third of these dishes. What a piece of shit. Instead, how about like, well, the counter's clear. Dishes, like, sink is still full, but I can make some food now. This is great. How about it? You're doing some healing. Make time for it. Where am I? Where have I been? What has brought me here? A little bit like Cancer. Like, what's working for me? What's not? What do I need to cool it on? Four of Swords. Yes. Yes. The world says something is happening on the big picture level, the high level. Okay, I'm going to share something that, I'm a Leo rising, right? So I've been experiencing this, and I've actually been getting a couple messages. Okay, no, I'm pushing you too far. Listen. I'll reel it in. I've been hearing from within for myself, and also, ooh, thank you. Awesome. Thank you. I will. Spirit's talking about the fact that multiple people have messaged me, and I've been feeling this myself, that there is like this rumble in the ground right now. You know, the way that like birds and woodland creatures will flee the forest when they can feel that something is coming. like, oh, something's coming and we need to get the fuck out of here. We need to like seek a safe place. I feel like you are going to feel this week, Leo, that something is rumbling in the ground. If you're not already feeling it, just like something is changing. I think I might be changing. Like, and again, as above, so below, as within, so without. Oh shit, am I changing and opening up my sense of myself or my sense of possibility? And then the universe answers with an expanded sense of openness or possibility, because as above, so below, we get what we think we deserve, etc., 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 etc. Open up to it. And Spirit wants you to come into this week, which I feel like, again, we got the weekend ahead, thankfully. So it's like, if you can find the time now to schedule some time for rest, reflection, and kind of reorientation, yes, that's going to serve you nicely. Coming into this week with a peaceful mind, a peaceful heart, a little bit more big picture, broad, like zoomed out is what Spirit is saying, because if we zoom in really tight on something, it's like looking at this big, beautiful painting, right? And there's all these beautiful, glorious things happening, right? Like there's, you know, a Pegasus over here, and there's rainbows and stars and angels and bridges and waterfalls and this and that. And then in one tiny corner, there's like something terrible, something disturbing, right? And we can zoom right in on that and be like, oh my God, this painting is so fucked up. Okay, Praxis. Praxis is feeling it. A little stir crazy? Are you, Leo? If we zoom in on the one part of the painting that isn't working for us, it can make us go a little nuts. Make us go a little prax. Zoom out. Zoom out. There might be one thing going wrong or one thing passing away, and that's what I'm hearing, okay? We'll talk about it. We're going to get there. Come in with that zoomed out vision. And when something falls away, an opportunity, a person, exactly, totally. I'm so glad she's in here representing for the Leos. If I'll say when something falls away, that you're not going to fight it and struggle, you're going to be zoomed out. And you'll be like, okay, well, that's a shame that didn't work out. What is it making room for? What is the situation teaching me? That's the secret and the key to the World card. And to just happiness. What is this teaching me? What is this teaching me about everything? The good stuff, the bad stuff especially. What is it teaching me? What is it showing me? Let's talk. Money, budget, projects, death. Woohoo, we'll talk about it. And the Seven of Wands. This is where I'm hearing, don't fight it. Don't fight it. You may have been trying to take on all of the things. And I feel like some of y'all, Leo, may decide this week, like, I'm over trying to do all of the things. Like, maybe I'm chopping off one service that I do. Or maybe I'm saying, I'm not, I'm talking about laundry and dishes. I'm not doing this laundry anymore. From now on, I'm going to pay, you know, the 20 bucks or whatever to drop it off somewhere and have them clean it and fold it and have it ready for me the next day. And that time that I've saved, like, I can make more money or I can have more joy. Like, it is, the time that I get back is worth the little bit of money. You feel me? Make adjustments, be down for that. Feels like it opens up a lot of space, and that's important right now for you. I feel like spaciousness is really important. So anything you can take off of your plate, take off of your plate. Don't feel guilty about it. Like, okay, and I'm going to come back to something else we were talking about. You know, like I said, Maria was like, hey, now you're pushing us to cook. Like, come on now. If you've been feeling like, I should be cooking, but the way that you live your life, in this moment, there's room, right, for that to change in the future. In this moment, I might have to accept I don't have time for cooking or whatever, right? Let me accept that. Let me let that fall away. Let me let that pass away and just go on with my life with, let's say, if I drop one wand, right? I have the Seven of Wands. If I drop one wand, that brings me to the Six of Wands, which is victory, celebration, people noticing what you're doing and celebrating you. Yes, exactly. So let it fall. Don't overburden yourself. Indeed, the Leo does need to run and play and be free. So don't take it all on. Let it go. Speaking of let it go, when I come over to relationships, friendships, family, etc., Three of Pentacles says there's some beautiful collaboration happening, and I'm hearing that some things can happen faster than you expect. And I'm also hearing, Leo, like the word may get out about what you're doing faster than you expect. Interesting. Three of Pentacles is a wonderful card for money, work, group projects, or passion projects, right? We're looking in the realm of relationships. The Three of Pentacles is about, like, who's your team? Who's your community? Who are your mentors or your peers, right? Who you take their advice, you like getting their input on whatever it is you're creating. I love this rendering of the card. Everybody here is necessary. The model, the artist, and the teacher who is helping the artist to render the model in the most beautiful way possible. When we work together, things can change really fast. It's a good time to team up with other people on what it is you're trying to work on or build or cultivate. Really good time. Knight of Swords might have some good ideas too. Well, here's the, I'll just tell you this, Leo. This is the last thing I'm hearing, and this makes sense for a Leo. Also, don't be impatient. Don't be impatient. Three of Pentacles says, oh my God, there is so much potential here. You need to celebrate. Again, the little win of, like, you've made it from the Ace of Pentacles to the Three of Pentacles. Sure, it's not the 10 yet. That's no reason not to celebrate. Let us notice how our skills have grown, or how our senses have grown, or how we've improved our relationships so far. Let's notice that. Let's not just say we need to be perfect before we can appreciate ourselves. Okay? Creating a lot more spaciousness in your life by letting go of things that don't want to be there. Things that you might have, like, in my head, I wanted to be the kind of person who got up at 5 in the morning and did this and that. I tried it. It didn't work for me. I'm not going to feel like shit about it. I'm going to drop that wand and make more room in my life. Okay? Okay. No shame. This is the house of no fucking shame. I hope that that is helpful, Leo. So now we're going to talk to Virgo. Ooh, Spirit is throwing cards, so they are obviously super ready for this. Let's talk, Virgo. Mutable Earth. Virgo. Virgo Sun. Virgo Moon. Virgo Rising and Dominant folks. Spirit, what do Virgo folks need to know this week for their highest good? For their highest good, Spirit, for their greatest joy and fulfillment. What is the overall focus and energy this week for Virgo? What do they need to know? What does it serve them to know? Oh, Sarah, thank you. That is so fucking appreciated. Thank you. Why do I always have to take, like, the biggest, deepest breath when y'all donate? Thank you. Thank you. Listen, I could tell you, but that's a whole separate video. Coming soon. Okay. Virgo. When it comes to money, when it comes to projects, when it comes to work and budget and career, Spirit, wow. Okay. What does Virgo need to know? And finally, when it comes to love, friendships, connections, family, Spirit, what does Virgo need to know for their highest good? Let's get into it. Ooh. Okay. Wow. Okay. Beautiful energy. Beautiful. You know, Virgo, I wonder how many of you might have some Leo placements, because there is also a sense of letting go. It's going to serve you to relax and release, and that's the way that Spirit's putting it. So, let's get into it. Overall focus and energy of the week for Virgo. Very powerful. King of Wands, 10 of Wands. So what, like, how many of y'all are project managers? How many of you all are creatives, freelancers? Like, you are doing your own thing. That's what a King of Wands does. This is my skill. This is my idea. I'm going to make it real. I'm going to take it from the ephemeral inside of my mind or on the page, and I'm going to create this channel, book, space, podcast, sculpture, whatever. What is your thing? Spirit just used the phrase, all your eggs in one basket. So I do want to say, King of Wands gender regardless. It's not about gender, it's about being the master of your skills. And Spirit's talking about, with the king specifically, being very they're actually using the word regimented about your skills. Like, well, what is your passion? What are you trying to make? Is it organized, or are you trying to do everything all at once? You know, Virgo, you can get lost in the details, and that's what Spirit is saying about the Ten of Wands. So as a King of Wands, be your own project manager. Ten of Wands says, I'm doing everything by myself. And again, I might be getting a little lost in the details and falling behind a little bit. Oh my God! Cricket, thank you. Deep breath, deep breath. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That means a lot to me. Oh God. Don't get lost in the sauce. Plot it out. Ah! Yes, yes, Nicole. Don't get lost in the sauce. Plot it out. Like, and Virgo, listen, if you like details, which you do, right? Maybe you could do something like schedule reminders to pop up in your phone for, like, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this, so that you're freeing up your RAM, right? Let's get nerdy for a second. Got your hard drive, right, in a computer, and you got your RAM, random access memory. Hard drive is where we store stuff. Like, I need to remember this forever. This is really important, right? Hard drive. Random access memory in the computer and in our brain is for, like, oh, there's that thing. Oh, here's what I need to do. Like the sort of instantaneous, like the moment to moment. And if you were trying to store stuff that belongs in the hard drive in your RAM, like keeping 1,000 tabs open on your mental computer, it's going to be really hard for you to find the space, the resources to proceed. There's so many things open at the same time. It's like, well, which one do I do? Which one do I do? So instead of getting lost in the details, make it easier for yourself by outsourcing some of that random access memory stuff to, like, your phone, right? Like, got a whole computer in our pocket. Let's use that shit. Now. Oh, you are so welcome, Therese and Cricket. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. It's my pleasure, and I really appreciate y'all being here. Thank you. Here's why you don't want to get lost in the sauce. Ah! Oh God! I'm just gonna crawl underneath this. I'm just gonna disappear. Oh God! Thank you, Nicole. Y'all, thank you. Thank you. Checking myself for fever. Okay. All right. Goodness. Okay. So, you don't want to get lost in the sauce, Virgo, because when we come over to projects, possibilities, you might miss out on a fabulous idea. You might miss out on, like, a moment of inspiration. I mean, I don't even know if, well, we'll see. Okay, so you might, I don't want you to miss, like, a beautiful opportunity that, and this seems to be a message across the readings, like, we need space. We need to remember to cultivate our own treasures. We need the room to do that, right? And Four of Cups is, it's supposed to be this, it's supposed to be this, it's supposed to be this. It's, I mean, you can see, right, the, like, the crossover here is like, I can't see what's in front of me. I can't see what's right in front of me, what wants to come to me, because I've got too much in my hands. Like, how could I even take it if I wanted to when I've got all of this in my hands? So outsource some details. Don't use your RAM as a hard drive. Is that suggestive? Anyway, brilliant idea available to you. Create the sacred container for the ideas to come. i.e., if all you've got is, let me knock over this whole thing, if all you've got is 15 minutes in the morning before the kids are up and you got to go to work and this and that, if that's 15 minutes for journaling to yourself or collecting your thoughts or writing out a plan for the day, take that time. Spirit is saying very clearly and loud, you will get that time back. If you take the time to plot it out, you will get that time back in terms of, like, ah, wow, look at that. I did the 5 things I said I wanted to do today. Now what do I want to do? And maybe you go for a walk, and maybe you see a sign, you hear a voice, you get a download because you actually gave yourself the space and the openness to let something come in. Okay? Okay. Now, coming over to relationships, connections. Whew. 2 major arcana. So just first of all, goodness, Nicole. I'm sorry. I'm still flipping out. Shit. Thank you. Shit. Okay. All right. I really am gonna have to make a whole ass video about why I freak out so hard, y'all. I don't mean to be annoying. I don't mean to belabor the point. Okay. I don't mean to be annoying, but despite myself, I manage. That's enough about me. Virgo. When we look at relationships, love, friendships, connections, like I said, 2 major arcana cards say that there's a lot of focus here. A lot of focus here on having open arms, on allowing yourself to be vulnerable, on allowing yourself to receive and to contribute. The star is hope. The star is unexpected hope after maybe a dark time. And when I say a dark time, yes, that can mean a difficult time. It can also just mean a time in your unconscious, a time of like, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm like fumbling around, like trying to find the light switch. I think I should be going this way. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. The Fool and the Star separately but together, like the message is go. You're on path. Do what feels right. Do what your faith is calling you to do. It's like I said, and I'm so sorry that I'm channeling so it goes in one ear out the other, but any of y'all who are listening to one of the earlier signs, it's like Spirit said, like it doesn't matter. Don't focus on the outcome of whatever it is you're like, I want to learn music, or I want to write a book, or I want to learn karate, or I want to fill in the blank, meet a person, whatever, right? If your soul is calling you somewhere, go. And don't worry about the outcome. Don't over concern yourself with this is what I want to get at the end of this road that I'm walking. Concern yourself more with, am I doing what feels authentic and aligned and exciting and passionate for me? And when you do that, you'll end up where you're supposed to go, even if it's a detour from where you originally thought you were heading. Okay? Okay. That was a lot, huh? That was a lot. It looks beautiful. I'm feeling trust and faith, especially when it comes to relationships. Be open. Be open. Beautiful things are happening. Whoo-wee! Goodness, y'all. Wow. Goodness. Spirit being loud. So now, let's bring the loudness to Libra. What you got going on, Libra? Libra Sun, Libra Moon, woof, Libra Rising, cards are jumping. Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising, Spirit. What do they need to know for their highest good? Libra Dominant Folks, Spirit. What is the overall focus and energy this week for Libra? What do they need to know for their highest good? Okay? And when it comes to money, work, jobs, opportunities and projects, Spirit, what do Libras need to know for their highest good? Okay. Okay. And finally, when it comes to relationships, love, friendship, connection, Spirit, what does Libra need to know? What does Libra need to know for their highest good? Okay. Why do I feel... Okay, let's see. I was going to say, why do I feel excited? Wow. What a combo. We'll talk about it. Ooh. Huh. Okay. Here is an interesting question, Libra. What do you need to give up to be happy? That's what Spirit is asking. What do you need to let go of? What do you need to give up to be happy? Let's talk about it. Overall focus and energy. Very interesting oxymoron sort of energy here. 4 of Wands, 3 of Swords. 4 of Wands is warmth, partnership, steadiness, protection, family, love. 3 of Swords is separation, betrayal, feeling alone, feeling cut off, right? What do you need to let go of to find that happiness, to find that beautiful equilibrium? We'll talk more about why Spirit is using that word. What needs to be explored? Three of Swords. It feels like, and now Spirit is actually connecting this to the collective reading. Just to go back and read the channeled message that I wrote for myself as they were talking. When no one seems to see or hear you, come back to the abundance of yourself. Seek and cultivate your own treasures. We're going to talk about why Spirit is strongly connecting that to this reading. But Spirit is showing me that there could be a feeling of disconnect, disappointment, even a sense of betrayal this week. And Libra, my question for you is yes, 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 right. Like, and shit, being alone in a full room with the Three of Swords and the Four of Wands, like, and that's right. Yes, that, Sarah, exactly. I had a feeling that that's what you, yeah, we're saying, like, feeling like, yeah, here's all these people and I don't really feel connected, or I don't really feel included or appreciate, or fill in the blank, right, Libra? These are general readings. That is a wound for you to understand and explore. And I want to even say feel into. And we'll talk more about why I'm saying that. What would it take for you to be good and okay and feel supported and feel loved and etc., even if, and I know this is extreme, okay, Libra, prepare yourself, if the worst case scenario, if like your worst fear of the Three of Swords, if it was like, my worst fear of the Three of Swords is that somebody I'm close to will leave me, or, you know, my worst fear of the Three of Swords is I'm never gonna find love, or whatever, insert your fear that like rises up in your gut when you see the Three of Swords. And ask yourself, what would be true if that happened? So for example, if a partner cheated on you, what would that mean about you? Really? If you start to go down that road and ask yourself, like, well, it would mean that, like, I'm unworthy or unattractive or not wanted or unlovable, right? We can wander down that road. Ooh, boy, can we. And then we can think about the fucking Marilyn Monroes and like Rosario Dawsons and all the beautiful, incredible, well-rounded, intelligent, lovely people in the world who get cheated on and be like, well, that can't be it. Like, so what is it really? And am I afraid of being alone? Am I connecting, if somebody doesn't love me, then I'm unworthy? Because if I'm connecting that, then I need to unhook that shit. Because then any old time somebody makes me feel rejected or whatever, I'm going to get hooked back into I'm unlovable, I'm unworthy, etc. And I know that's deep, Libra, but Spirit is going deep. Your self-worth and your sense of self is highlighted this week. So let's talk about it. You have some beautiful cards and you got some tough cards. There's some important self-reflection that needs to be done this week. Looking at money, projects, opportunities, etc. Nine of Pentacles, the Chariot. It doesn't get a lot better than this when we're talking about work and projects and stuff. The Chariot would be my favorite card to see when I'm looking for something like that. Like if I'm doing a personal reading for somebody and they're talking about a goal and the Chariot pops up, it's like, bitch, you better do this. Bitch, you're already on the road. You better go. Nine of Pentacles just backs that up. Nine of Pentacles is the only card in the deck for the single, self-employed person. Ooh, Maria, I hear you. Going right out to your sis. Remember your worth. Remember your worth. Nine of Pentacles. Remember how fucking glorious you are. How hard you've worked, what you managed to do and create for yourself. And Spirit is actually saying, for some of y'all, it's like, if I think back to 5 years ago, and then I think about now, well, shit, I am impressive. I really have taken the reins and driven my life where I need to be, because 5 years ago, I was not like this. You know what I'm saying? You do, despite the fact that Spirit is talking about, like, we want you to find this equilibrium, we want you to get closer to yourself, and da-da-da-da. That does not mean you don't have any of that. It's like you've done the work to get to the point where you're now ready for this. So consider it a level up, not a like, oh no, Three of Swords, like something terrible is happening. No, it's like, okay, now from this Four of Wands place of safety, of protection, of security, now I'm ready to address this fear that I have, or this wound that I have, or this wound that, yes, indeed, may come up this week for some of us. We may be on the receiving end of a shitty piece of news or somebody breaking something off or whatever. And Spirit is like, we're asking you to come back to yourself. Come back to yourself. Come back to yourself. Your worth, your availability. Nine of Pentacles in the Chariot says there is something that you want to make, and it feels like for a lot of you it's like mine, me, like alone. Nine of Pentacles, like this is my thing, my skill, my job, my goal, and I'm working on it all by myself. Spirit is celebrating you. And if, for those of you who feel like, that's not really me, I don't really feel like the person who, like I said, is like, if you Googled Nine of Pentacles, like single and happy is one of the cards that might pop up. And seeing the Three of Swords and then seeing the Nine of Pentacles, if any of you are worried, or if any of you are going through a breakup right now and you know that that's exactly what that is saying for you, Spirit is saying, remember, come back to yourself. Come back to yourself. The moment is always our greatest teacher. So, not to belabor this point, but Spirit brought it up for all of the signs, so I'm going to say it again. When no one seems to see or hear you, come back to the abundance of yourself. When you start to think about and dwell and obsess about a person or a goal or something that didn't go right or something that didn't turn out the way you wanted, I ask you to turn all of that attention and love and obsession back on yourself. Back to yourself. I'm not going to think about that person. I'm not going to think, like, I'm not going to dwell, you know? I'm not saying block it out. I'm not saying suppress it. I'm saying, does it serve me to think about this? If it's serving me because it's helping me unravel something, awesome. Continue. If I'm just ruminating and basically beating myself with like a blunt object by thinking about this memory and it pulls me into a mood, you know, Spirit getting real deep. Let's look over here because I want to talk about moods and feelings, okay? Looking at relationships, Justice, Five of Cups. I brought up your equilibrium earlier, right, Libra? Justice alone showing up for a Libra says you are in your power. Nine of Pentacles, the Chariot, Four of Wands. You are in your power, okay? Seize it. Now, here's the thing. Five of Cups, connect it with the Three of Swords, and it does look like there's a loss this week. There's a feeling of like, oh, really didn't want that to happen. This sucks, right? Here's the thing about emotions. Psychology, okay? Once emotions get going, they like to keep going. It's like an object in emotion tends to stay in emotion, right? And this is just, again, psychology. This is not like me thinking and like having a think tank over here. This is accurate. Like, if we start to feel an emotion, especially if it's a like repetitive emotion, like something we went through when we were little and now we always go to like a guilty place, or we always go to a withdraw place or whatever. We can have an emotion and a response to something. We get triggered by something or someone. And then, let's just say the withdraw thing. And then our instinct is to pull in, to withdraw. And then because we withdraw, the other person who maybe unintentionally triggered us or hurt us notices that we're pulling away. They feel weird. They pull away. Then we notice and feel the energy of like, oh my God, this person is pulling away. And then the energy ramps up. So the emotion creates a thought. The thought creates a behavior. The behavior enhances the emotion. And we just go around and around and around. And that's what a mood is. Okay? So be willing to sort through what you need to let go. Be willing to feel your feelings. Yes, yes. Oh, Elizabeth, that's beautiful. That's beautiful, and that's exactly what this is I'm not going to punish myself for having emotions. I am going to let myself be sad or mourn this loss or etc. All of these things can be true at once. I can be like, you know, quote unquote, single and happy for some of us. I can be well on my way to completing something I want to do, and I can still have wounds and stuff that I'm working on and things that I'm sad about. And all of those things can be true at the same time. I'm going to have the spaciousness for that I can feel sad or I can feel triggered, and I'm not going to let that mean I'm unlovable, I'm unworthy, or all men are trash, or all women are trash, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, We can come to some pretty fucking raunchy conclusions when we're not paying attention to where our thoughts, our mood, our emotions are coming from. You feel me? Your equilibrium is important. Love you, Libra. Take care. I can see that's a lot. That's a lot, but there's also a lot available. A lot available. Listen, anytime we make the room and the time and the space and the compassion to take care of ourselves and our wounds, whether they are new or whether they are ancient, old, childhood things, as within, so without. Things change when we change. When we are moved, the world moves with us. So allow yourself to be moved. Okay? Okay. That was deep. Now, let's go even deeper. Let's talk to Scorpio. Fixed water. Still waters run deep. Let's talk, Scorpio. Spirit. Spirit. What do you want to tell Scorpio this week for their highest good? What's the overall focus and energy? Oh, Sarah, I'm so excited too. I'm so excited too. This is going to be such a good one. Okay, Scorpio. Scorpio. Scorpio sun, moon, rising and dominant folks, spirit. What do they need to know this week for their highest good? Okay. Highest good, greatest joy, fulfillment, truth. Scorpio spirit, when it comes to money, when it comes to work, their projects, their time, spirit. What do you want to tell? Wow. Okay. Accidentally just saw one of your cards. Yee! Y'all. I don't know if anybody can be as excited about it as I am. Oh, okay. Scorpio. I'm still here, Scorpio. When it comes to love, when it comes to connections, emotions, spirit, what do you want to know? What do you want to let Scorpio know, wow, about their feelings this week? Let's go. Wow. This is such a, whew. I mean, listen, we just had the new moon in Aries. It's like season change, and it's like I said earlier about feeling like that rumble in the ground, like something is happening. Something is changing. What's happening? We're in some kind of tipping point kind of situation. I think that you're feeling it too, Scorpio. Let's talk. Been a lot of messages about making adjustments this week. Making beneficial adjustments, thinking about the way I'm spending my time, my money, my energy, my effort. Is it working for me? Spirit is saying, look at your calendar. Like, if you don't use one, you might want to get one because it looks like things are going to get busy. Looks great. Looks exciting. Seven of Pentacles says this is a really good time to make adjustment in the plans because Wheel of Fortune, one cycle is coming to an end and another is about to begin. I feel that literally some of y'all are about to like start new jobs. Some of you are moving to a new location. So it's like, why not let now be the time to like go through my stuff and do a purge, right? Very Scorpionic. Like, I don't need this anymore. I don't want to carry this. So this reminds me of this person. I'm going to clear out the energy around me. Okay. So, and if you're one of the Scorpios who's like, I don't have a big life change, like I don't have a new job, I don't have a new person or a new place that I'm going to, I want to change, like what the fuck? As within, so without. When we change, things change. What adjustment have you been wanting to make to your plan? If you make adjustments this week, it will move you forward. Wheel of Fortune. When we push the wheel, Spirit pushes with us. The wheel will turn. Make a change. If there's anything that you want to adjust about the way your life is going right now, even if you think it's not within your control. For example, if it's like, I work this one job, I don't have any other job opportunities like in my field right now, but I do need to be making more money, or I do want better for myself. Start making beneficial financial changes working with what you've got now. The only way, and I know this is not super sexy, right? We got a lot of like manifesty, 5D, positive thinking, the secret stuff out here. I'm not, whatever. Again, that's a whole other video. Spirit is like, where does the rubber meet the road? If you feel like right now I'm not making enough money, or I don't like my job and I want to be doing something different, or etc., start doing different things with your money. Like, I'm gonna save $1 a week if that's all I've got. Like, if that's all I can save, then I'm still starting a savings account, even if it looks silly to me that I'm gonna have $12 in 3 months or whatever, right? Make the change. When you, like, you do not build a big, beautiful house with no roads to get to it, okay? So if you have this big, beautiful dream, this big, beautiful change that you want to happen, we need to carve an avenue for it to come in. So, you know, if you've got a skill and you're trying to make this new money, open that Etsy shop or share what you're weaving on Instagram or whatever. Make an avenue for it. If you build it, they will come. But people need roads, Scorpio. You're known for being a little mysterious and a little like trying to sail under the radar a lot of the time, very much like cult status, right? Like, be a cult classic. Let some people see you. Like, even if what you want is just a small audience, like, it's there. It's there. Spirit wants you to move. They are moved by you. Now, let's get money, work, projects. Spirit is saying, like, hey, we're revealing a mystery. The moon, the unconscious, memories, what we don't see. The King of Wands is bringing illumination to the moon. King of Wands, yes! Thank you, Maria. I love that. I love how just when you listen to your different, like, moon, sun, rising, how it all kind of weaves together. I love that. Thank you. So, we're looking at money, Scorpio. There is something that wants to be revealed. Spirit really wants you to step into your leadership. King of Wands, we've been seeing this particular king a lot across some of the signs. Spirit is saying, like, what is your skill? What is your dream? What is your goal? What are you passionate and excited about? Remembering that the King of Wands is like the king of creativity, the king of skill. So when I say creativity, people might think of like an artist or a musician or a writer, all of which, like, yes, absolutely. But it's also like people who write code, people who develop software, architects, you know what I mean? There's all business owners, entrepreneurs. It's like bringing what you have inside into the world. And what are your hang-ups about that? The moon. What are your fears? What are your unconscious drives, you know? And Spirit is connecting that to adjusting the plan. If you do a little bit of shadow work this week, if you tune into like what your dreams and doubts are saying, and that's interesting, but that's exactly how Spirit's putting it. If you tune into what your dreams, and they mean literal, like nighttime dreams, if you tune into what your dreams and your doubts are saying, not to necessarily trust them and be like, aha, so this doubt is true. Not for that, but to be like, what is this telling me? Like, maybe King of Wands, right? You want to start a YouTube channel. You have doubts. You have fears. You have, what if somebody calls me an ugly fat bitch on the internet or whatever? And it's like, yeah, like as a person on the internet, people have indeed done that. And doesn't put out my fire, right? So this is not to tell you that like your fears don't matter, like stop fearing things. No, it's to say when I look at my fear about walking through the world as a King of Wands, somebody doing what I want to do, somebody aligned with myself, somebody shining for the benefit of others, you know, like shining so that other people can be like, oh, can I shine too? Like, is that okay? Fuck it, I'm gonna shine. Bring it forward. Bring it forward. It wants to be explored. Now, looking at relationships, connections, love, family, etc. Sweet messages and support are coming toward you. Page of Cups feels very effervescent is the word that Spirit is using, like bubbly, like sparkling water, effervescent, like somebody with a lot of energy, somebody with a lot of juice, somebody who really, really, hey, happy to see you, Angel. How you doing, you shiny motherfucker? Good news, good support, getting well paid. I feel generosity here, so it's like you are being generous and people are being generous toward you. Please do not hide your light under a bushel, as they say. Hey, Sarah! Wrangle them goblins, girl. Love you. Thank you for being here. Hope y'all have fun. Scorpio, I hope that helps. These readings been deep this week, but it's like I said, there's just something in the air. The floor is just rumbling. Things are changing. It feels like we are at a collective tipping point. And I would be curious how many of y'all have been feeling anything like that. Whether it's like a little itchy, a little like squirmy, like what's happening? Like is something in the air? Something's happening. I'm very curious how many of y'all have been feeling that way. Like I said, I've gotten a few messages about that, and messages like on the heels of me feeling that way already, very strongly. Woo! Okay. Spirit. It's time to talk to Sagittarius. Mutable fire. Wow, Spirit dropping cards. Okay. Okay. Let's talk, Sag. Spirit is ready. Sagittarius sun, Sagittarius moon, rising and dominant folks, Spirit. What do Sagittarians need to know for their highest good? Overall focus and energy for this week. Ah, Lori, thank you. Good to hear. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. When I was trying to describe it to somebody I love, it was like, it feels like things are almost like, I mean, we could use the phrase falling into place, right? But what it almost feels like is like things collapsing into place, and as things collapse into place, we sort of tip into a new reality. Like we have folded into a different crease. Like I don't know if any of that makes sense, but listen, I'm not here to make sense. Here to make sensibility. Okay, all right, let's keep going. Sagittarius, holy fool. When it comes to money, when it comes to your work, your projects, what does Spirit want to tell you for your greatest joy and fulfillment? Right, that. Like, oh, that's why I started studying that topic 6 months ago, or got interested in this thing 3 years ago, only to find out that that information was finally going to come in handy right this moment. Like, that kind of thing. Like, it's almost like I've been setting up these dominoes for myself. It's interesting. Okay, Sagittarius, when it comes to love, relationships, connections, what do you want to tell Sagittarius for their highest good? Right. Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. Y'all, this is potent. Okay. A lot of refreshing, a lot of renewal energy this week, Sagittarius. I think here's what I'm hearing from Spirit loud and clear. You should be proud of yourself. So no matter where you are in your life, no matter what you've been doing, whether or not you feel like you've done anything, be proud of, Sagittarius. Spirit's coming through loud and clear to be like, hey, well, we're proud of you. Like, you might feel like these are very minute changes you've been making, or like, no, I'm only just getting started, it's not even finished, or etc. I just enrolled is actually what I'm hearing for some of y'all. Spirit's like, congratulations, good job. Overall focus and energy this week, Sagittarius. The Hierophant and the Ace of Pentacles. The Hierophant is school, tradition, going in order, joining an order, making it official. I'm hearing all of these phrases from Spirit because, again, these are, you know, in a one-on-one reading, Spirit will be very specific. When I'm doing general readings, they're like, it's definitely also like this person's guide and this person's guide and this person's guide, and like everybody, like, imagine just little birds. Little birds. A little bird told me, Sagittarius, that some of you all are really stepping into your authority and your role as like a teacher, as a leader. This may be literal, where you are seeking certification, and this might be the week that you get it, or you might be about to sign a contract to start this job, join this organization. The Hierophant is the powers that be, the hierarchy. Spirit is asking, how do you relate to hierarchy, Sagittarius? As a person who knows and loves a few Sagittarians, anarchy is usually the way of a Sagittarius versus hierarchy, where it's like, it must be this and it must be that, and you can't get here till you've come through here. Sagittarius is like, fuck that. I'm just gonna jump right over that. But Sagittarius, Spirit is highlighting that slow and steady serves you this week. slow and steady. Like, be where you are is actually the way that I'm hearing it, and we'll pick up more cards and reveal more of why they're saying that to you. But it is very much like, you are here. You know what I mean? Like, and everything is available in the moment. Like, there's nothing wrong with daydreaming. There's nothing wrong with making long range plans and stuff like that. In fact, like, that's great. And a lot of times that sets us up for whatever needs to come in the moment to catalyze something or to kick it off or make it grow. But I am hearing, be very mindful this week. Like, if I'm taking a walk, let me really take a walk. Let me feel the weight of my feet on the ground. Let me notice the cadence of my steps. Let me listen to the breeze. Notice who and what and what type of flora, fauna, animals are around me. The moment is the best teacher. And Spirit is saying, be where you are. If we, and this is all the juices in the moment, and Spirit's like, if we ever want to, you know, people say it different ways, like raise our frequency or change our outer world, we change our inner equilibrium and then the outside will follow. And we need to be present in the frequency we're in, if I can say it that way, right? If frequency is something that can go up or down. Even if it's like, I don't like where I am, this is not where I want to be, I want to be here, but right now I'm here. Okay, I gotta get cool with being here, because being cool with being here, as in like, I accept this, right? Like, okay, I accept the current reality that is not my favorite, that is not ideal, but let me get into like accepting it and noticing what's here for me, what divine lessons are right here in this moment for me, or else I would not be here and going through this and around these people and around these certain patterns, right? Let me start to unravel and notice what the patterns are trying to show me. And as I get okay with being here, it frees up some space. And in space, there can be movement, right? And when there's space and self-compassion, movement can go up and up and up. And we can start to notice that, for example, just by changing the way that we are present, we can notice like, how weird, but I'm no longer as like yanked by this person texting me or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, oh, things that really used to trigger me or stag me or catch my attention or interrupt my attention, Spirit's actually saying. So like sometimes, you know, maybe ADD, a little bit of interrupting your train of thought, and all of a sudden it's like, oh wow, being present, like everything I need is right here. And then suddenly something that I thought might have taken months or years, I've accomplished in like a couple of weeks. So be where you are. Accept this moment as your best teacher. Accept the current partner or the current person you're fighting with or the current whomever. Yes, Lori. Love to see it. Love to see it. Be with yourself. Be authentic to yourself. Usually, I don't need to tell a Sagittarius that. Y'all are known for being like so honest that you might, all the way to blunt, right? Nothing wrong with that. Now, looking at money, projects, opportunities, jobs. What an interesting couplet, right? 4 of Wands, 5 of Wands. 4 of Wands says beautiful foundation, and combined with the Hierophant, it's like you may really have found a nice community for yourself, whether that's online, whether that's a literal class you're taking, or you may even be the teacher or the mentor, right? General readings. You might be the Hierophant that's like, I just got certified to teach, or I just got my first job teaching, or leading a congregation, or leading Zoom meetings, right? Spirit really wants you to refine your approach. That's how they're putting it. 4 of Wands, beautiful card. Community, warmth, support, fun, celebration, milestone. Now, the 5 of Wands is a little bit of a confused energy. It's a little bit of a childish, uncommitted energy. And that's actually really where Spirit wants to hammer in. They're talking about when it comes to work, project, job, something that makes you really happy, a place that you really want to have and cultivate for yourself, you need to be committed. 5 of Wands indicates like a little bit of a lack of commitment. 4 of Wands is like, I'm in this. Like, we're partnering, or we're signing up, or like this is the way we're building this organization. I'm all in. So if you are the one who is experiencing a lack of commitment, Sagittarius, you might want to consider. It's like, if you're not committed to it, then drop it, is essentially what I'm feeling. And if you are committed to it, then be committed to it. Like, that's Don't say you want to do one thing and then your actions say something else, is essentially what I'm hearing. That's not a blame or a judgment thing. We're all human and we all do that at some point. Like, I really want to lose weight or whatever, and then it's like I'm eating a whole cake, right? We all do it. So no shame, no judgment. Now, I do want to say though, knowing yourself and trusting yourself is the key to making the right commitments, okay? Let's talk about it. Love, partnership, friends, connections, etc. Something new, again, yet an ace as your overall focus and energy, Ace of Pentacles. Now over here in relationship, new passion, new light, new abundance, new freshness, new understanding. And the Hierophant, or I'm so sorry, hello, we already had the Hierophant. The Hermit is all about being in the moment and trusting and knowing that every moment is our best teacher. So if I walk into the convenience store and the clerk happens to ask me a question or say something to me that makes me go, don't ignore that. Every moment is your greatest teacher. It might seem like a very mundane thing that they say. You know what I'm saying? Every moment is our greatest teacher. Be available for that. Be present for that. As long as you are fully present, I mean, both of these aces and the Four of Wands, it's like opportunities abound. Opportunities abound. And the more that you know and trust yourself, the lessons that have brought you here, the more and better you're going to benefit, to profit, etc. From the teachers and the lessons that are coming to you now. So be mindful, stay present, don't get distracted. No judgment. If you want to be distracted and you want to fuck around, do that. But I'm just saying, it feels like, wow, can I just say that this fell out right when I was going to say, it feels like, though, that there's a lot of abundance and a lot of treasure available to you when you commit, when you drill down. This is what I really want, or this is what I really care about. I'm not going to distract myself and get lost in the sauce. I hope that that is helpful, Sagittarius. I feel you. Mutable fire, passion. I feel like chasing this. I feel like chasing that. Like, can I just say that Spirit just threw this out? Sagittarius, take control. Be a leader. Be a creator. Identify as. All right. I hope that that's helpful, Sag. Woo! Spirit is throwing cards. So obviously they are ready to talk to Capricorn. Let's do it, Cap. Capricorn, Cardinal Earth. Cardinal Earth Spirit. The mountain. The all-terrain vehicle of the zodiac. Fish, goat. Capricorn. What do y'all need to know for your highest good this week? Overall focus and energy for Capricorn. Okay. Spirit's already talking. This is interesting. Okay. And when it comes to money, projects, jobs, budget, Capricorn. And when it comes to love, friendship, connection, family, Spirit, what do you want to tell Capricorn about their relationships for their highest good? Eee. Oh, I know, it's so true. Big Jim is usually here and loud. Hey, Cap Rising. One of my favorite people in the world is Cap Rising. Whoa. Wow. Is it? Wow. Jeez, a good wow. I was going to say, like, really good wow. Oh, I love that. Okay. All right, Capricorn. I promise to explain. Okay. Overall focus and energy. Can we see a pattern again coming across the signs? The Hermit. Be with yourself. I'm just going to remind all of us. Channeled message. You want to see my terrible handwriting when I'm writing a channeled message? Can y'all even see that? Terrible. But it's like Spirit's talking real fast. So, when no one seems to see or hear you, come back to the abundance of yourself. Seek and cultivate your own treasures. That was a collective reading for all of the signs. Come back to yourself. Seek and collect your own treasures. The Hermit is all about know thyself. And the Ace of Swords is making a brilliant connection. And that's the way they're putting it. A lot of times the Ace of Swords is stating a truth or drawing a line or making a declaration, reaching out to somebody. Know yourself and then have the courage, Capricorn, to speak your truth. Whatever it is this week where you need to speak your truth, Spirit is like, be aligned with yourself, please. People are going to be noticing you. People are hella gonna be noticing you. So I really want you to be available. Gosh, your cards are so good that I just can't, like, we're just gonna jump right here because Spirit is marking this section of your reading with like a cosmic highlighter. Okay, Capricorn, when it comes to money, projects, opportunities, you are being noticed. You are being noticed, you are being shared, you are being celebrated. I'm hearing all of these things. King of Wands is the king of skills. Whatever your gender may be, it has nothing to do with gender. It has everything to do with personality type. And a King of Wands makes a lot of sense for a Capricorn because a king is like, what are we doing? Where does the rubber meet the road? When does it happen though? Like, what's the date? Like, what are the details? How do I build it? Like, I'm going to build this. And a King of Wands combined with the Six of Wands says, whatever it is that you're building, you're passionate about it, and people are going to be like, applause. Six of Wands, gimme, gimme, gimme. Like, we love this, we want this. Hail the conquering hero and heroine. Like, that's what's up. Are you shining? And do you feel like you're shining? And do you need to step out a little bit more? Is that, for some of you, the part of yourself you need to get honest about? Like, shit. Maybe it's really hard for me as a Capricorn to say, I'm the shit. But I can just say it to myself. Like, I don't need to tell the world that I'm the shit because I can show the world that I'm the shit. And that's what Spirit just said. They're so funny. Makes sense to me. But you've got to know you're the shit so that you can actually let people see, like, oh, wow, you're the shit. Feel me? Okay. Listen, I hope this is all making sense, Capricorn. Now, this actually made me sigh, like this big, deep, heavy sigh, seeing this combination of cards. I feel good about it for you, Capricorn. Nine of Swords, very much soothed by Page of Cups. Lexi, thank you, girl. Same goes. I appreciate you. So when it comes to relationships, Capricorn, some fear, some anxiety, some what's the worst that could happen, and I am very close to some Capricorns. I actually have a Cap stellium in my chart myself. I understand that for a Capricorn, doing the Nine of Swords thing can almost weirdly feel like a form of self-protection. Like, if I scare myself away from this thing or this person or this goal, then it can't hurt me when I don't get it, right? If I tell myself, like, nope, that's going to turn out horribly, there's not even any sense in doing it, etc., 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 like, well, damn, at least nobody can hurt me. I'll just be here in my room in my bed, like, having my permanent nightmare. And there is a difference between, like, you know, plan for the worst and expect the best. Like, you might be, like, expecting the worst, thinking, well, at least I'll be surprised if it's the best. And that's what Spirit is saying. So if that hits home for you, Capricorn, Spirit is like, A, we get it, but B, Nine of Swords is a little bit about, like, putting yourself through hell. It's like putting yourself on lockdown. It's like putting yourself into solitary confinement. And the Page of Cups wants to liberate you. And that's what they're saying. Page of Cups, a sweet message, a sweet messenger, someone coming with some soothing energy, someone coming to say, like, hey, you don't need to do that to yourself, you know, like, or hey, there's, like, another way you could do it. Maybe just try it this way. And just being open to that. Just being open to that. Be with yourself enough to know if you're doing any of this to yourself, right? And I'm not judging you. I am not blaming you. Again, we're all human. Like, we all put ourselves through stuff that we don't necessarily, that isn't the necessarily healthiest way for us to learn from it. Somebody else taught us to learn like that, right? Like, the harshest way possible, or like, you're gonna do the scariest thing because I think that that'll make you more courageous, when really it made the person into somebody who's like, I don't even know if I'm doing the right thing unless I'm terrified, so this seems terrifying, I should do it, and then gets himself into all kinds of trouble, right? You feel me? That was a very specific example, but hey, listen, some Capricorn is listening that someone put him through the ringer. I'm just saying. Okay. Part of the Capricorn DNA is, like, having been put through the ringer, especially at a very young age, at a very tender age. Capricorn quality is having been forced to grow up too fast. And what Spirit is saying is, for some of you, you're already experiencing, or you are soon to benefit from, the Benjamin Button effect that happens to Capricorns, where it's actually as you get older and you hit like middle age, right? So like mid 30s, 40s, and that's when you start to actually be able to like have some fun and like loosen up, and like the inner child, and the loosen up thing is not a judgment. It's like literally you start to give yourself a little more of a break. Like, oh right, I don't have to be perfect. And like, oh right, this is just what Spirit said, okay? Like, so bear with me. Oh, fuck my mom. Like, she was a bitch to me. Like, she made me feel like I was the littlest, just nastiest little piece of shit on the planet. And I have been repeating those lessons from her for like a good few decades. Oh man, I am so done. I am so liberating myself from listening to that. Like, having that person's voice be my internal monologue. Hermit. I'm gonna be my internal monologue, and I choose what the fuck I script, alright? I'm a Capricorn. I do that shit deliberately. I'm not a Capricorn. I'm just speaking as you. Okay. Ooh, I knew Spirit was gonna be deep this week. I hope that that's helpful, Capricorn. Now, let's talk to the mad scientists, the space aliens, the cutting edge, Aquarius, fixed air, Spirit. What does Aquarius need to know this week for their highest good? What does Aquarius need to know for their highest good this week? Aquarius. Aquarius sun, Aquarius moon, Aquarius rising. Wow. Okay. All right. Yay! Oh my God. Nicole, that makes so much sense. No wonder we're soulmates. Okay. Yay! Oh, so many Aquarians in the chat. That's great. Fuck yes. Okay, and when it comes to money, work, projects, Spirit. Whoa. Okay, Spirit be loud, Aquarius. Not what I was expecting. Okay. And finally, Spirit, when it comes to love, connections, friendships, family, what does Aquarius need to know? Ooh-wee. Okay. Wow. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, Aquarius. Okay, let's see how mad you get at me. It's a good reading. It's a good reading, but okay. Aquarius, j'accuse. I think that some of y'all, not all of y'all, are holding back on jumping into, diving into, immersing yourself in something that is calling you. Oh my gosh, Jackie. Thank you, y'all. Y'all are blowing my mind this week. Thank you. I appreciate your work, Jackie. Thank you. Oh my gosh. What? Lori, I will. Oh my God. I'll let you know. I haven't gotten anything yet, but I will let you know. Thank you. Oh my God. I'll check my mail, like, not directly. That was words. I will. Oh my God. Thank you, y'all. Okay. 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 Aquarius, enough about me. The world, the Five of Wands. Are you holding back? Ah! Hate you! Hate you! No. Okay, the world and the Five of Wands, Aquarius. Are you holding yourself back? Are you telling yourself you're not good enough yet? Are you saying, like, I feel like you're holding yourself back from something that is like, this is for you. This is big, this is important, this is part of your like spiritual mission, if we can go that far. The World card is like, hey, this is like to do with the part you should be playing on the world stage. You've learned a lot. You have fucked around and found out. Okay, Five of Wands, the world. You fucked around, you found out, now what? Now what? I'm gonna say some, like, oh my gosh, like, it feels like there might be a little bit of a lack of commitment. Lori, oi, ain't that real as hell? Ain't that real as hell? Well, no judgment. We all do it. And never too late. Never too late. And also, for the rest of you Aquarians, never too early either. Are you committed to this? Is it something that you want to do? Is it direction you feel like you need to go? Debbie! Oh God! Y'all! Thank you, Deb. Oh God, and see you at the call-in show. I'm excited. Yes. Ugh, yes. Okay, listen. Okay, I'm just gonna pick up and show you because it's all related. When we look at money, when we look at work, when we look at projects, you're in your head and you're stuck in your head. Fixed air, stuck in your head, right? It happens. No judgment. Debbie, y'all, oh my God. Just full fucking tomato. Goodness, why did I wear pink? Why? Okay, you're stuck in your head, Aquarius. You're holding back. You're seeing all the reasons you shouldn't, and none of the reasons, like, not all of the reasons where it's like you were gifted. You, like, okay. Spirit is funny. They just said, actually, a lot of y'all suffer from, like, former gifted child syndrome, where it's like, well, yeah, there was a point in my life where I was really creative or really bright, or, like, where people said, you're going to be something, or, like, prodigy vibes or whatever. You are still that person. There's no former. You are gifted. You are gifted. What's the difference maybe now is that you've shaped and honed some of those gifts into skills. Beautiful. Great work. And if you haven't, if you've been holding back, if you've been insecure, if you've noticed and picked up more on all the reasons, oh, I feel you, Jackie. Yes, it's time to stop tiptoeing. It's time to stop tiptoeing. Go in. Go in. I get it. You see all the reasons you shouldn't. You see all the fears, right? All the, like, well, if this was good, then I could start. If I had the right this, then I can start. Or if I learned that, then I can show people. Or blah, 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 blah. Again, no judgment, no shame. But I think that holding you back is costing you something. And part of what it's costing you is energy. That's just how Spirit is giving it to me, is like holding back on something that, you know, yes, it seems like it's going to take energy to create this thing, to make it, to do it, to etc., pursue it. But doing the thing that is like your soul's spiritual mission, as Spirit said with that world card of like, this is part of what I'm here on earth to do. This is why I'm in the world. This is why I'm occupying this meat suit right now. We don't learn by thinking. We learn by doing. We can talk ourselves into, I need to make a perfect plan. I need to have the perfect things. I need all the skills before I should start. And Spirit is like, hey, if you're the mad scientist, and if fuck around and find out is written into your holy DNA, then lean in and fuck around and find out. And be loud. And upset some apple carts. Why not? You're really good at it. You're really good at it. And some people could use their apple carts being turned the fuck over. Some rotten ass apples in some of those carts. Turn them on over. Something is calling you. Two of Wands. Something is calling you and you're at the crossroads, Aquarius. You're looking. You're thinking about it. You've got one set of skills planted behind you. Yes, this is good. This is all set. I've got this. I'm done. It's planted. It's ready. Now there's an adventure calling me. What new wand do I want to cultivate or pursue? What new place do I need to head to? Page of Cups is inviting you. Like, I'm feeling literally and figuratively. Page of Cups is a youthful, sweet, open, very guileless, very innocent type of energy. And when I say innocent, I mean like no ulterior motives. And when you're all caught up in your head, Two of Swords, Eight of Swords, all the things that could go wrong, trying to cut myself off from my feelings so that I can make sure that I'm being logical, so I can make sure it makes sense, so I can make sure I don't fuck anything up. This person is coming in to be like, hey, you want to go fuck some shit up? And I think you should say yes. I think that for some of you, this person wants to do that with you, like, let's go on an adventure, or this person may be on the other side of you going on this adventure. Like, if you take the chance to do this thing, you may encounter this Page of Cups. But I'm also hearing that Spirit is essentially sending you messengers, to say, this thing you're doing is really cool. This thing you're doing did this for me. This thing you're doing did that for me. This thing you did when you were my teacher really affected my life and made this happen for me, or etc. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna say something triggering, but this is what Spirit said, Aquarius. Especially this Page of Cups, okay? There are some times when it's like Spirit's being funny and saying, like, you're too close to this case. You're too close to this case. You can't see. This other person, these messengers, these pages of cups that are going to be coming in and saying, you're so great at this, or it's so cool that you did that, or have you ever thought about trying this or doing that, or I want you to come over and do this for this organization or my group, or blah, 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 blah. Sometimes, Aquarius, when we are blind to how gifted we are, when it's like, yeah, I've been carrying these gifts around my whole life. Yeah, I've always been funny, or yeah, I've always been smarter. Yeah, I've always been intuitive, or yeah, I've always been musical, or yeah, I've always been da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. We can take it for granted. Don't take it for granted. And if somebody says, this is amazing, don't brush that shit off. Don't brush it off to them, and don't brush it off to yourself. Thank you, I worked really hard on that. Or thank you, it's one of my favorite things to do. Or thank you. You're being invited somewhere. Someone is welcoming you in. And Spirit just said someone is inviting you to yourself. Consider this video one of the pages of cups that is going to be coming at you and saying, like, hey, that thing that you're as Jackie said, tiptoeing around, might be time to go ahead and get messy. Fuck around and find out. This is your mission, should you choose to accept it. This phone may actually literally explode. Self-destruct. But not yet, because we got to talk to Pisces. Let's go. I hope that that is helpful, Aquarius. Eee, love to see it. Love to see it. Ooh-wee. Okay, Pisces, it's your turn. Let's see what Spirit wants to tell you this week. Spirit. Yay. Oh, yes. Yes. I feel you, Lori. When something feels bigger and wider and deeper than it's ever been before, that's scary. And it's amazing. Spirit, like, I have this other deck of cards sitting at my feet for the collective reading, and this, I just accidentally, bunny ears, nudged the deck, and this fell out. So I'ma say that that's for you. And Spirit saying, set yourself free. Be vulnerable. Listen, and that brings me back to the original collective message of, if no one seems to see or hear you, come back to the abundance of yourself. Seek and cultivate your own treasures. Anybody turning away from you or not hearing you or even being temporarily unavailable is an invitation for you to be closer to yourself and to take care of yourself, to be good to yourself. I mean, I didn't make the rules. Okay. All right. So, let's talk, Pisces. Overall energy and focus for Pisces this week, Spirit. What do Pisces need to know for their highest good? Okay, that was quick. Okay. And when it comes to work, money, projects, budgets, Spirit, when it comes to resources and energy, what does Pisces need to know this week? Okay, wow. Shoot. Okay, all right. And finally, cards are jumping when it comes to relationships, love, friendships, family, connections of all kinds. Spirit, what does Pisces need to know for their highest good this week? Their greatest joy, truth, fulfillment in relationship. Okay. There has been, wow, beautiful. Okay. There has been, across these readings this week, as there often is, there have been some repeater cards and some repeater messages, and you just heard me double down on that collective message for everybody. If no one seems to see or hear you, it is an invitation and a request for you to come back to yourself, be with yourself, take care of yourself, know yourself, soothe yourself, etc., etc., etc. Let's talk about it. Mixed bag, okay? Overall focus and energy for this week. The Hierophant and the Ten of Swords. And here is what I'm hearing, Pisces. I actually like this quite a lot. Spirit says you are done abdicating your authority. You are done abdicating your throne. Saying, oh, no, that's not mine. You can sit there. You can have that. No. I'm not. No. That's too good for me. That's too big for me. No. No, purple's my favorite color. I wouldn't feel right taking that. Like, stop abdicating your authority. Stop it. Ten of Swords. Like, you're done with that shit. Why have you been trying to talk yourself out of your power, talk yourself out of your place, talk yourself out of your leadership, talk yourself out of your goals? Stop. What are you doing? Stop. You are invited to stop. Hierophant. You know a lot. Been through a lot. Spiritual training is actually the phrase that Spirit is using. And they are saying that very specifically to say for some of y'all, you have a problem with accepting your authority because you're like, I don't have like a sash and a funny hat that says like, I got a degree in this. I don't have like the designated letters after my last name that say you have a right to be a leader, or you have a right to teach, or you have a right to speak on a large platform. Stop abdicating your authority. I think you're done with that shit. Now, when I say I think you're done with that shit, that doesn't mean that if another time comes where you feel yourself wanting to slip into unconsciousness, give away your power, give away your place, that happens, right? But Spirit would like it to happen less and less and less for you. They want you to feel yourself, okay? Well, let's just talk about it. When it comes to what you do for money, when it comes to projects that you want to do, when it comes to the way that you honor yourself, your budget, etc. Here's our old friend, the Hermit, saying be with yourself, be true to yourself, be real with yourself, tune out other people for a change, Pisces. Like, it's like they said, you know, for Aquarius, like you might be looking around seeing all the reasons you shouldn't, and one of those reasons might be, oh, but this person's already doing that, or like, oh, but that person is doing the thing that I was thinking about doing, so like I can't possibly do it. Then that's like, no, there's a million, I don't know how many people on YouTube doing tarot videos, right? Doesn't mean I shouldn't do that, right? Like if this feels right to me, then it's what I need to do, and Spirit is saying that for you. What feels right to you? What are you passionate about? Knight of Wands, what are you like, this is mine, so I'm gonna grab it and I'm gonna go. Like I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna make this mine. Passion, confidence, and not being this is just the way that Spirit is putting it, okay? Not having your ideas diluted by wading into everybody else's waters. To be like, well, I don't know about my mutable water, right? Pisces. I don't know about my waters. Like, man, when I wade into these person's waters, like they're so beautiful, they're warm and they're pink and they're sparkling, and like my water's not like that. My water's like seafoam green and full of fish, like full of life. I don't know, it's kind of messy. Like, fuck that. Your waters are beautiful. We need you. We need you. Like, if you're here and you're listening, we need you, because that's the message coming through. We need your voice. We need your teachings. You've been through some spiritual training. And whether you, like, listen, when I say you've been through spiritual training and you need to do your thing and you need to take the lead and stop abdicating your authority, it doesn't mean that you necessarily have to be like a spiritual advisor. Maybe you are. Maybe that is why Spirit's bringing it up for some of you. But for others of you, it's like, I don't care if you don't have a degree from Pratt in art. You're an artist. I don't care if you don't have a published book, but you write. You're a writer. Like, accept your authority. Stop abdicating that shit. Stop giving it up before people even try to take it. That's what Spirit is saying, is like, don't surrender that shit. That's yours. That's yours. Take it. Know yourself. Trust yourself. Trust your divine mission and take off. Go. Go. The wheel is turning. When we look at relationships, connections, family, friends, etc., Beautiful energy. Four of Wands, warmth, partnership, fun, celebration, Wheel of Fortune, things moving forward. The scale's like tipping, and now it's like, oh, new phase has started. I just completed this phase. Here's what I learned from it. Here's how I'm going to take that into the next phase. No longer abdicating my authority. Celebrating myself and my wins and allowing myself to be celebrated. Feels like there's a lot of growth coming through your relationships this week. And Spirit is using the phrase like it's a safe place to learn and grow. So I'll also say, like, for a lot of you, I'm really, like, Spirit is really showing me those one-on-one kind of relationships, like you and a partner, right? But for some of you, it's you and your family. Like, and remember that family can be blood, family can also be chosen. Like, this is my spiritual family, this is my chosen family. But I'm feeling like you're getting support, and it feels like you're learning how to let people appreciate you, which is deep and important, especially if you're not going to be abdicating your authority anymore. Letting people appreciate you, letting people honor you without playing it down, without like shrugging them off, again, to them or to yourself. You do both of yourself a disservice when you shrug off people's compliments. If they are genuine, and you're a Pisces, I think you'll know. Like, you'll know if somebody's just trying to butter you up, or if somebody's like full of shit and has other motives. But people are going to be bigging you up and thanking you for what you're doing, and Spirit wants you to take it. If it feels authentic and true and real to you, take it. Don't abdicate your authority. You're a leader. You're a leader even if you don't always feel like it. You might be starting up your own organization, your own group. Oh, Maury, the same to you. The same to you. Thank you all so much for being here. Pisces, I hope that that's helpful. Keep it in your pocket. Take it with you. And this is our new spot, y'all. Fridays are going to be the thing for a while. Changes. More to announce. Look out for the clues on my social media. Some things are happening. That's all I'm going to say. Because I'm wading into, who knows? Don't abdicate my authority now. All right. Love y'all. Thank you for being here. I really hope that this is helpful, and I hope that y'all have a beautiful week. I will see you next Friday. Yay!